up if you've ever felt judged as a parent. You have as well? My name is Jennifer and I'm a mummy of 2.
I'm so proud to be working with C&G Baby Club on their Love Don't Judge campaign.
I've never felt more judged in my life than when I became a parent. Well, not even when I had the baby. I think some of the opinions start once you're pregnant. People have opinions on everything. When you're pregnant, it could be, you know, whether you're exercising or not, what you're eating. You know, you want to eat that cake sometimes without feeling like someone's looking at you going, should you be eating that? That's not good for the baby. You get judged on your size, whether you've got a big bump, a small bump, whether you've put on weight, whether you haven't, whether you're not big enough, anything. So some of the things I feel like I got judged for as a mum were how my baby's sleeping, how they go to sleep. Let's just think about this. Does it matter? I think the key is the baby sleeps. However the baby's sleeping, if they're sleeping, you can sleep. So let's just leave it there. Dummies. There's quite a lot of opinions on dummies. Some people really don't like them, and then you kind of get that look like, oh, your children are using a dummy. This little thing has been like my magic mute button. And it's not because I want to mute my kids, that's not what I mean, but it's helped them as much as it's helped me as a mum. Like my son especially, like he never had a comforter, he never wanted a teddy or anything like that. This was his comforter. So it saved a lot of tears, it saved a lot of upset, and it calmed situations down quickly. So for me, it helped as a mum, and that was my choice, but it's not for everyone. Another one is milestones, and when your child is able to do certain things. I feel like this has been a really big judgmental part of my motherhood. Like, when's your baby walking? Are they talking yet? And I remember a friend coming round when I had my son, and bearing in mind he's my first, I had nothing to go by.
Bum, choo-choo, bum.
Why is a choo-choo on your bum?
Under a bum.
Oh, you were sitting on it?
Yeah.
Okay. As I was saying, so I had this friend come round and say to me, oh, how many words can Ralph say now? And I was like, oh, he says mama and dada and thank you. And she'd just been to another friend's house and was like, oh, well, so-and-so's kid can say this and this and that and that. And I was like, oh. And that one comment made me feel like something was wrong. And when my husband Craig got home, I was like, oh, Craig, I think something's wrong. Ralph's not saying enough. But do you know what? Like, he was a slow talker, but then he was an early walker. They all have their things that they do at different times, but it all levels out in the end. Olivia's just having an apple.
Yeah.
But then you get judged on what your baby's eating. Whether you make organic homemade food or whether you buy from a store. But at the end of the day, most of it goes on the floor anyway. Are you a messy eater?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Oh dear. Prime example, apple on the floor. Another judgment is how you've had your baby. Whether it was a home birth, a water birth, whether you was in hospital, if you had a cesarean, if you used drugs. Sometimes I think if you don't do it the same way as someone else, then they'll have an opinion on it. But when you meet your friend or family's brand new baby, would you ever think like, oh, I don't want to go near you because you came out the sunroof and you wasn't a natural birth? You wouldn't, would you? Because it just doesn't matter. As a new mum, I felt I had to constantly justify the decisions I was making as a parent because people do judge, whether it's friends, family, strangers. I often think sometimes the people that don't have kids are the worst ones of all. And hold my hands up, I was probably one of them, because before you have children and you see families out and you're like, oh, when I have kids, I'm not going to do that. And oh, I'm not going to do that when I have kids. And oh, my kids are not going to have iPads at the table. And then you become a mum. And all that goes out the window and you do what you have to do. But it's tough, and parenting is hard enough as it is without us all judging each other. We are going to have days where we feel like super mum, and other days that you just want to shut yourself in the bathroom and have a good cry. Do you know, in a study carried out, 4 out of 5 parents said that they had felt judged. That's massive. So we would love to hear your stories. If you've ever felt judged as a parent, please share your stories in the comments below. We would love to hear them and your experiences. You've just got to trust your instincts, and if your baby's happy, healthy, growing, you're doing a good job. So let's all love, don't judge.